Flosstube. I'm Catherine, stitching in costume. This is my Flosstube number 3. Welcome back if you are returning. If you're new, thanks for coming by. I hope you find something that is fun and inspiring and hopefully makes you pick up a needle and thread. I am doing this about mostly my cross stitch. There's a little bit of other stitching in it today, just a little bit, and some things I've been collecting, haul and whatnot. So let me jump right in. I'd like to say thank you again to people that are new subscribers. I'd like to say thanks to the shout out I got from Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I love her channel. I love you so much. I love to watch you, and I love all of the quilts and I love all the projects that you do. So thanks again for shouting me out. And I'd also like to shout out some other people that I've been watching. Let's see, new to me, and I think she's only had a couple of Flosstubes, but she's fantastic, is Finally a Farm Girl. She has got quite a wide array of what she stitches. She is a fantastic stitcher and beautiful. She's just a beautiful person. First of all, her hair, I tried to up my hair game a little bit today. I tried to curl it. It's not, didn't get the memo that we were filming, so it's a little like burp. But she is, so she's got this fantastic hair and beautiful stitching, and she's really gifted at sharing her projects, so it's fun to watch her. Again, Kim, the Contented Stitcher, is just killing me with her sampler wall. It is absolutely beautiful. If you haven't checked it out, it's all her samplers behind her in gold frames. It's mind-blowing. It's so inspiring, and it makes me want to, run to the thrift store, buy a bunch of frames, and just do it myself. I'm trying to find things. And let's see, who else? Lisa, Kindred Stitcher. Her sampler wall is amazing. If you haven't checked that out, which I'm sure if you're looking at my channel, you're probably seeing these other stitchers for sure. And she's fantastic, and I've always loved everything she does, and love to watch her channel and have her babysit me while I stitch. So hopefully I get to babysit you a little bit, and hopefully if you're like me, you are sitting there right now and you're stitching, and I'm in your room, I'm keeping you company, so thanks for inviting me in. Let's see, who else? Well, again, I'll talk more about Barbara, the Raspberry Stitcher. We have a little thing that we're going to stitch along on, and I'll talk more about that later on. I want to jump right into my giveaway because I had like 1,000 subscribers before I knew it. I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. It is a thing. I watch so much Flosstube, and people sneeze sometimes. So, it's the lights. I have a giveaway. So the red bag that I made last week, I put out there for a giveaway, and I had a lot of people make nice comments about it and say, "Hey, don't badmouth your work." I'm just trying to be honest. I'm just new to all of it, but this is the bag that I made to give away for my 1,000 subscribers, and I am happy to say I did a random comment picker. I finally figured out how to do that. That took me a little bit, and I'm not the most technically gifted person when it comes to this kind of thing. And I'm on my own trying to figure it out. So yes, I did that, and Pat Von Brecht was the winner. I will insert the video here of the random comment picker. There's our winner, Pat Van Brecht. Your finish of Barbara Annie piece was really creative. Red back looks great. I love it. That's great. Thanks, Pat. So anyway, congratulations, Pat. And if you leave me a comment, I left a comment on your comment with my email. So go ahead and send me an email with your information, and I will get this into the mail to you wherever you are. I just have to say too, I made one, Celeste Creates, has a little tutorial on how to do these little floss tags. So you can add this to your floss ring and put your needle in it. So I tried, and I made one for you, Pat, and I made a couple others to just throw on my floss rings, because what a great idea she had. So I'll link that in my description so you can go check it out. Super easy, and they're just handy little things to have. So there you go. Thanks so much for everybody that left me a nice comment. And I'll probably do another giveaway when I reach 2,000 subscribers, which I'm already at 1,500. My mind has been blown. It's amazing. Thank you so much for subscribing. It makes me feel happy that I'm able to share a little bit of the things that I love to yammer on about. Okay, so that was kind of where I wanted to start, was with the giveaway. I'm going to talk right away about some finishes. Now, I do have fully finished object. This is a previous finish in terms of I finished it last year. I started it in 2019. I finished it last year. I haven't shared it at all because it's been buried in a tote, a plastic tote. And I thought, I was watching Kim the Contented Stitcher with Olive and Lisa Kindred with all of their samplers behind them. And I thought, I need to get better about framing my things. I have some things I could frame and get them on the walls, instead of languishing in totes. So this is something I did. I started it in 2019, Sampler Hill. And this is by Brenda Gervais, and I'm not sure if I'm saying it's With Thy Needle and Thread. Brenda Gervais or Brenda Gervais. Gervais is probably the right way to say it. I think that's how people are saying it. I did it on a 32 count vintage smoky Belfast. That's what I have on here. And there it is. I framed it. So maybe make sure it's straight. Yeah, it's pretty straight. There it is. I love this so much. The happy colors, I used all the colors that she called for. I did change the color of the house. I made it, it's an ex-Jew design matte. Yeah, it's a yellow, obviously, and I think it's called Sunshine. So it had a little bit of white variegation in it. I really liked it, and I think I changed the color of the house to the door to the color in the dress, and I think it wasn't that color, but anyway, there it is. And I had to put corgis on there. And if anybody is interested, I charted those corgis. If anybody's interested in having that pattern, let me know. I'm happy to send that to you. So there it is, Sampler Hill. And this is, so how I did this, Catherine talk. I laced it, and then I put it in this 11 by 14 frame, and I think it fits pretty good. It's about a 1/2 inch all the way around, and I think it worked out really well on a 32 count. So two strands of floss over 2 threads. There it is. I'm going to put it behind me. Oh, you get to look at the back of my hair. Oh, sorry. There she is. And that'll get up there somewhere. Okay, let's go on. I'm going to throw this in really quick. I wasn't planning to do this, but I just saw this sitting around, and I finished this probably a couple weeks ago. This is something that is so old. This is from the 80s old. I did this back when I was working for Disney. This was probably one of the things that I was doing backstage. It's Bunny, cute little bunny. And I just finished, I found it sitting around. I don't know how it made it through all these years without getting, given away or donated. And I finally made it into a little pillow. And I have a little bit of walnut shell. I have a little bit of stuffing in it. And I thought, you know, hey, Easter, it's almost here. And spring is definitely springing here. It's sprung here in California. Everything is turning green where we live. It's beautiful. The weather is beautiful. We've had some rain, which we desperately need. And so I'm like, spring's here, let's get the bunnies out. So bunnies and lambs and Easter eggs and all that fun stuff. So that's vintage, old, but recently finished into a pillow. So yay, getting there, starting to do finishes. Bag making, I've done a little bit of bag making too, just for my patterns and my projects that I've been trying to get going. This is a bag. Okay, I showed the kit last Flosstube, the Brenda Gervais Winter Rose Manor. So originally the kit was supposed to be just the size of the actual fabric printed here, and I wanted it bigger. So I added, you know, borders all the way around. I lined it. This is the easiest bag ever to make, because I really just did the front and the back, and I made them the same size. I put kind of a strong pellin inside on this one and iron-on, and I sandwiched them together and then stitched them all the way around. I put the zipper in, sandwiched them together, and then I just did this binding. Well, not just. It's like a quilt binding, and it's a little fiddly. If you want me to link it to, yeah, I'll just link the binding tutorial that I found. It's really not that hard, but it takes a little bit of, you know, math and a little bit of wiggly. It's a lot easier if you just do the back bigger and then fold it over. You know, if you do bags, there's lots of tutorials out there. If you want me to link something, I'm happy to do that. But there it is. That is the bag. So I'm ready to go for Winter Rose Manor. All I have to do is, you know, do the rest of it. And frame it and put it on the wall. So, yes. Okay. I'm going to move right into whips. So, working on a lot of whips. I've really been trying to get a little focused. I feel like I have so many things that I want to do. I have so many things that I have started, and I'm already thinking ahead to Mania, and you know, I'll talk more about that a little bit later. But I'm going to start off with some of the ones that I've been working on. I've been really trying to focus. I haven't really worked on a ton of things, and I don't think I've really made a ton of progress, but I'm chipping away at them, and I'll show you the things that I've worked on. I've got, the first thing I have is Anne Uffendell. Now, I wanted to show her last week. I forgot to show her. I didn't really work on her a lot, but last week, I've had her up on my main frame, and I'm going to insert at the end of this video, I'm going to insert a video of me showing you a little bit about how I do my stand-up stitching. It's just a minute or so long, and it just kind of talks through my setup and how I stitch in the morning, basically. So this is what I had set up on my main frame. What I call it, my main frame in the morning is Anne Uffendell, and I've worked on, and this is Hands Across the Sea. I guess I should pull that out for you. There we go. I think a lot of people are doing this right now. It's such a beautiful stitch. I'm doing it in the Called For Silks, and I'm doing it on a 36 count vintage purled barley by Lakeside. And this is how far I've gotten. So I have this right now on a roller frame. So I have one, well, I'll talk about that later. Anyway, that's where it is right now. There she is. So what I've done mostly is I'm trying to really focus on the top part, and I'm going to work on that whole top section like it's a band. I feel like I'm going to be more on track with my counting and with less errors if I can just stay focused on the upper portion and then move down. So I finished this motif out, I added this one, and I did this tree, which, whew, that's a lot. It's a lot. And Lisa Kindred Stitcher was saying she was trying to do just one motif a day on some of her projects. And so I thought, well, gosh, I'm going to work on this tree today. I'm going to knock that out. And I think it was last Sunday. And so I was pushing on it, and it's a lot. There's a lot of stitching in there and a lot of fill in. And then the thing that really got me was this little flower, the over one flower. Oh my gosh. It's so little, but it's all over one. And don't look too close. I'm not going to hold it too close because it's not, there's a lot of wonky stitching in there. I mean, if you have some over one tutorials you want to share in the comments, please do. I'm doing my best. It's, I think some people just do tent stitch, and that makes sense to me too. But I started with full crosses, and so I wanted to keep going. And so I'm in it for full crosses for this. So that's just what I'm going to have to do. And there it is so far. And I probably will put that back on my mainframe. I'm trying to figure out how to do a rotation that makes me happy. So I kind of feel like working on it for a few days at least, and then moving on, because I don't feel like I really make a whole lot of progress on it if I just work on it for a day. So I'm trying to, anyway, I'll figure that one out as I move along here and try to really formulate how to get things done. My next whip is Ann Morrison. I'm going to show you really quick my project bag. This is the project bag I made for this project. I wanted to see this really, it's such a cute sampler-esque fabric I got, and I wanted to see more of it, so I added this pocket. This is how I got the idea for the pocket. I liked this band, and so I wanted to add it to the front of this, but it kind of, it's kind of loose here. Ultimately, I should have stitched it down the middle and really got it anchored to the plastic part. Anyway, it works. It's a nice little pocket to have to add, stuff in. These are the flosses that I have so far, and they're the DMC, and I'm just opening them and using, putting them on the tags as I go down the band. So I am caught up. I thought I was caught up last time, but I actually wasn't. I watched Traditional Stitches, her interview with Nicola Parkman, and they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna, this month we're gonna, we're all down there. And I was like, I hadn't gotten to, I had just done this green. So I added the blue and the red and the green, red and green. And then I went ahead and I jumped into doing that kind of Scottish alphabet, which I love it. I love the way it looks. I love doing it. It's a lot of fun. And it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. This is what I was afraid of, all the curly cues. And there's really good descriptions on how to do that. So I did it, and I really love it, and I wanted to keep going on it, but I thought, I'm caught up, and I know I'm going to be working on it in April and really trying to get more of that alphabet done. So I'll just put it away and work on it later. Let me just say too, this is one of the Millennium frames that I have this one on. This is the biggest size I have. This is why I need to get more of them. It is absolutely, hands down, the best tension. If you like me, like things really tight, and you like to be able to really see the holes that you're stitching in, it's the best. It is the best. They're from Needle Needs, and it's in England, and it's takes a long time to get. It took me about 3 months to get my set. I got a smaller set, and I got this size, which I believe is 20 inches. So I wish I had something that was a 30-inch long. So on my list someday. Oh Joyous Day. Okay, by Blackbird. Worked a little bit more on this. And I had a goal. I wanted to get all the top done. And I was really on track to do that. And last night I was stitching. I was a little tired and it was late. And I thought, oh, I'll just do it. I'll get it done. And I stitched on it. And then I realized I made mistakes. So I had to pull it out. Anyway, here it is. That's where I am. So I'm on this flower, and when I finish this, which I should be able to do tonight, then I can go ahead and finish up that bottom border and then start to work around and move on down to the next section. I love it. I love the threads, the flosses. They're a mess. They're so pretty, really pretty. And not a very fancy bag it's in, but it functions well. Okay, the next one. Okay, the last one I'm going to share, this is just the last whip I'm going to share today, is His Eyes on the Sparrow. I haven't really worked a whole lot on this, but what I did was to start to put my threads onto the floss tags. I love, it's so much easier to have threads on floss tags for me, because everything else I had, like this bobbinated and on bobbins and in bags, and it just took so much time to get it out, separate it, blah 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 blah. So this is so much easier. So I spent an afternoon doing that, and this is how far. No, that's the wrong one. First of all, here it is. Beth Twist Heartstring Samplery. His Eyes on the Sparrow. And where have I done? What have I done? I finished the dog at the bottom. And I started that little plant next to the dog. I finished some of the border flowers and leaves. And let's see if I can get, that's where I am. Okay, there we go. Love that one too. All right, I love all my whips. I love them all. And there's so many more I want to work on. So I've got to really focus. I've got to really stitch faster. I know Finally a Farm Girl, she was talking about, she stitches in hand. She does the sewing method. I've tried it. I've talked about that before. And I started to do it last night with this one, with Oh Joyous Day. I started to do the sewing method. And, I've done it a little bit. It's just, where I have trouble is when I'm transitioning, from doing that, straight line back and forth to going up or over or whatever, because you have to know where your needle's gonna come out before you put it in so you can angle it the right way. So I'm practicing with that a little bit more with this, stitching it in hand, because I feel if I can teach myself to stitch in hand, I can stitch faster. And there are some things that I'm not going to want to do, obviously. Probably whenever I'm doing a specialty stitch, I'm probably going to want it in a frame. Any kind of satin stitch, I don't want to, I just don't want to mess with that. I'm going to have it in a frame and roll it. But this, for sure, there's no reason why I can't work on Oh Joyous Day in hand, and I think it's gonna go a little bit faster if I can just figure out how to do that. Hey, I'm gonna talk about haul. Now, normally I'm like, I don't have very much. I've been doing a little shopping. I have to warn you. I think it's a lot for me, and my husband would agree. I have a lot of projects I could be working on. I have no business adding, but I couldn't resist. Okay, so first of all, this one I had to get. There it is, haul. I did it. I finally got it. Winter Rose Manor. I just went on 123 and they had it there. I think it was on sale. Sure, Catherine. It's on sale. And I bought the pattern and I bought the called for flosses. Oh, that's pretty. I did get one. So I love Celeste Creates has the most beautiful pink. So I ordered the same pink. It's called Meredith's Pink. And that's what she uses or used on her Winter Rose Manor. And I really love the way it looked. So I got that to try. I also got, this is my favorite pink. It's called Charlotte's Pink by Weeks Dye Works. That is so pretty. It's such a pretty pink, but it might be too pink. We'll see. I'm going to play around with these with the fabric that I bought for it. Let me show that really quick. Hold please. I got, this is what I got. I think this is what Celeste used, was a 36 count Winter Moon. It's a Zweigart base. It's really pretty. It's different than what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be lighter. This one has some, you can see it's got like streaks of variegation or, modeling, but it's more streaky. And it definitely smells like coffee. So maybe that's what they used, or maybe it's just been in my house and I drink coffee. And so these are some of the flosses on top of that. And we'll just take a look at that. I mean, there are some that, are concerning in terms of, will they disappear? Like that one maybe. That one's pretty good. But so when you look at that, the pinks, that just might be too much for this. So probably most likely I'll be using that. I did get the roasted marshmallow. That's what Celeste used, and I really like the way that looked. So I think it'll be pretty on this. I got a really big piece of this, so I can use it, for another project. And again, this is on 123 stitch. It was really affordable. I think this piece, this is 27 by 36. It's really big. Was $31, I want to say. So yeah, that's not bad. Okay, so what else do I have? I have more hauls. So I've got some more fabric I'm going to show you. Let me grab it really quick. Get all my haul over here. Okay, so this one is, picture this plus Heartland, and I'm pretty sure I got this on eBay. It was just somebody was blowing out their stash. This is a 36 count, 18 by 27. Heartland is just beautiful. That'll be good for so many things. And a couple of the things I'm going to show you right now. I got on, you might recognize that sticker. It's from Shakespeare's Peddler, Kitten Stitcher. Get it closer here. So I love PLC traditional samplers. This one is so funny because this I love so much. And I bought the other one I showed last week, and or the last Flosstube, and I worked on. I almost finished it, but I haven't quite. I'm still charting out what I'm going to have it say. This I had actually on my Pinterest is something that I really, really wanted. And I took another look at my Pinterest board and went, wait a minute, that's the same sampler company. Maybe it's on Kitten Stitcher, and there it was. So this one is called A Tender Heart Sampler, and it says, a tender heart and virtuous mind, secure esteem from all mankind, which is beautiful. And I love everything about this. I love the alphabet at the top, the verse, obviously. I love the red house. I love like these, they're almost like, you know, lollipops. And I love the birds at the bottom. That's kind of a Swedish, almost Nordic looking. Oh, gorgeous. So this is high on the list of I want to start it. And I think it might be pretty on that fabric. So that might have to be a sooner rather than later start. So that's on my radar. And I got that one as well. Again, traditional samplers. Be Noble Indeed, which is, again, would be pretty on that too. I love that big vase of flowers and the alphabet. See, the alphabet's at the top. It's the thing I'm in love with right now. So, yay! And then Kitten Stitcher sent me this free chart, which is really cute. She included that. So, I'm going to have to do a dark 13 stitch. On the 13th of the month, I know there is a hashtag. Cozy Egg. Oh my gosh, I just watched her latest Flosstube. Her ordeal of going through the snowstorms in Texas, I can't even imagine. I mean, we live out in the country. I have to digress and tell you a little story here. We moved from suburbia, and one of the reasons that it takes me a while to get my Flosstubes up and going is we moved from a suburb where it was screaming fast internet to a place where I don't know all the technical things, but 5 MIPS on a good day translates to it might take 2 days to upload. And last time I uploaded my video, the last 2 times, I've driven to my sister's house who is 40 minutes away, and I upload at her house that has super fast internet, and it takes an hour, maybe hour and a half. And we visit while it does that. And then I come home and I edit by adding links and things like that on my home computer. But so far I have not been able to get my videos to upload where we live. All that to say, being out in the country has really kind of opened my eyes to oh, that's my clock if you hear birds. It has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. It's just different, right? And when you live in a suburb like Cozy Egg, gosh, you don't expect to be without power for that long, and in the snow and how cold it was. I can't even imagine. We lost power here. And when we first moved, PG&E in California turned off power because of the fires. And living in the country on a well, when you turn the power off, not only do you lose your food in your refrigerator, because it was about 5 days of no power, we don't have any way to get water out of the ground because our well, we need power to pull water out. So anytime you wanted to flush a toilet, there was a bucket. If you needed to brush your teeth, wash your face, do whatever, cook, it was really hard. Needless to say, we have a generator now, so that makes life a little bit more predictable. Just in case things like that happen again, we're prepared. And it has happened where the power gets turned off and we have that backup generator, and it really is, it eases our mind a lot to know that we're going to be able to keep everybody safe and healthy and continue on with life, right? Anyway, so digressing, I do that sometimes. Maybe I'll just cut that one out, but okay, so let's go on. So that was my haul. I think that's all I have right now. Fabric, yes. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my new starts. So this is something that I really would like to start. I have had this in my stash for a long time. I love Jane Stanwyck's 1843. Brenda, the sampler stitcher, showed it, and I fell in love with it, and so I bought it. I have a piece of, what is this? It is 36 count parchment Weeks Dye Works. It's the new Weeks. So I pulled that, which is really pretty, and I think is a good match for that, what they show on the cover. And then I started to play with floss tossing. So I just started to pull colors that I thought were really beautiful. I think I pulled DMCs that they called for, and then I just looked in my stash to see what I had. So yeah, there's some really pretty ones. I just love this blue. I love this blue. This is Peacock. This one's really pretty too. This one's called Huckleberry. And so I just have some pretty flosses. And I'm deciding when I'm going to start. I might do this, I might be focused on starting new things, maybe in Mania. My idea for Mania, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there. I have a lot of things I want to start, but I also want to finish things. And so I know there are some people that are doing whip mania where they're doing strictly whips and they're just working on their whips. And I thought, you know, that's good for me. That's what I should do. I should just work on my whips, just do a different whip every day. And I thought, you know, I'll put it on the small decision app where you can add all of your whips, and then you spin it and it lands on something, and that's what you work on. And I thought that's probably what I should do for Mania. And then I thought, well, maybe I could add on that wheel, I could add a start slice. So I've got all my whips, and I also have a new start. So if it lands on new start, I get to start something new. So I think that might be what I do, is spin whip mania hashtag. I don't know, it's probably out there already, that hashtag. So spin and land on a whip or a new start. And some of the starts I should start are probably smalls, so strawberries. I'd love strawberries. That would be fun to start that. Okay, this is near and dear to me. I cannot wait to do this. Jessie Watson, 1816. I'm going to be starting this with Barbara the Raspberry Stitcher. And this is something she asked if I would be interested in doing for April 1st. April is Autism Awareness Month. And so I said, oh, I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. So I'm really excited. I have my pattern ready. I've got my fabric. It's showing up kind of, let's see here. That's pretty much it. This is Silk Weaver 36 count buttercream, which to me it felt like it was pretty close to the picture. It's a little bit yellow. That's the only thing that I'm a little nervous about with, but that's what butter and cream are. They're kind of yellow. And then I have a lot of fabrics that I held up, but this one I kept going back to because with the colors, it looks great. Now these, these are the Vicki Clayton silks. And she has done a pack. So you can go on to Vicki Clayton. I will link that below. And you can buy this floss pack. And it's just beautiful. I spent an afternoon just doing this, petting it, putting it putting it on the tags. And on the tags, I've kind of got a clue to finally add the symbol on it too, so I don't have to hunt around and try and find stuff. I know that color is that symbol. So yeah, there we go. I'm ready to go. April 1st, if you would like to be a part of our stitch along, it's not going to be, we have to finish anything by any certain time. It's just, I'm going to start this. She's going to start this. We're going to stitch together. We'll compare notes at some point. She is a lovely person. If you haven't checked Barbara, the Raspberry Stitcher out, I'll link her below. She has got absolutely beautiful projects, and she's a lot of fun to watch. She's just amazing, and I want to stitch everything she's stitching. She's got some really great project, a lot of really cool specialty stitches that she does. Really amazing. This is the bag I made for that project. This is a piece of fabric I found at the thrift store. It looks like it was already quilted. It's probably for upholstery, so it has that kind of quilted look already. I didn't do that. I just did, this is that finish where you take it from the back, wrap it in front, and top stitch it, and try your best to miter the corners. I added my name down here, but yeah, that's for my Jessie Watson. And yeah, so excited to start that. So we'll see how we do, but that one is definitely getting started April 1st. So this one, this should be part of haul, but I want to start it too, so I pulled this one out. This is Historical Sampler Company, and I found this, I don't know, I was trolling around on the, in the middle of the night looking at, patterns like I shouldn't be doing, and I found this online, and I thought, wow, I just love it. That is spring. That is happy. That's, just all the colors, everything is so pretty. So let me see here. It's called Scandi Heart Sampler, and it is a download. So I just went onto the internet, found it, and downloaded it, and printed it. And I'm ready to go on that. I got the DMCs for that, and those guys are on here. Put them all on. Ooh, isn't that pretty? They're just so happy, those colors. I love those really colorful, happy things. So yeah, that definitely is on. And I just have a piece of 25 count Dublin linen by Zweigart. I just got this at Hobby Lobby, I think. And I thought, it's white. I could over-dye it, but I like the colors on the white. They're just so happy. So I might just leave it there and try to do it over 1 on 25 count. I might just try that, right? I think that would look really sweet if I could figure out how to do over 1 on 25 count. I've done it before, and it's a little bit of a challenge to my eyes, but I know I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it, buddy. All right, so there's that one. Bam. Okay, this is one I want to start. This might be on my my Spin Whip Mania. My Needle Berry, a linen berry by Erica Michaels. It's a sewing bird. It's so cute. So I don't have any floss for that or fabric. I have fabric. I can dig around and find it, but yeah, that definitely is going to get kitted. So that is on my immediate radar. This one is on my immediate radar because it's little and cute. A tin topper. I think I found this on eBay. Just little sampler. I thought it'd be cute to do the little scissor fob too. And I'm sure I have floss I can just kind of throw on there, and I've got tons of fabric that would work for. This one is just one I want to do too. I've always wanted to do one of the little blackbird stockings. There's a couple more in here. Those are just so sweet. Love that one. So that one's on my list of things to do. Immediate radar. This is another one right there. The bells on Christmas Day, and I know it's a Christmas. Anyway, there's that one, and that is all. That is all. That's all I have to share. That's it. So I wanted to say thanks again for stopping by. Where am I? 45 minutes. Ooh, that's long. All right, I'm probably going to have to edit. I want to finish up, and I thought, well, I will finish with a little bit of something inspirational for us stitchers. So last week I showed this, and it has all these great motifs in it. And then I showed this. It has motifs, but it also has what the motifs, the symbolism of the motif. So what I thought it would be fun to do, and I'm just going to try and see if I can do it, is I'm going to just kind of randomly pick a image out of this, and then I'm going to look it up in this, and tell you what it means. Let's see if I can do it. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to stop the page. See, I'm not even looking. Boop. And then I'm going to look. Oh, I can't show you because it's a chart. But it is a vase with flowers in it. Boy, those are on a couple of samplers, right? So I'm going to look up vase with flowers in this and see if I can find the meaning. So, vase. Pause. Hold, please. Now I have to do some, I've got to look something up. Where's the vase? Are you in here? Vase. Okay, a vase. This is what that vase means. Femininity, German, Dutch, and Scottish vases have S-shaped handles. Interesting. Vase of carnations is good luck. Vase of flowers, like the tree of life. The vase is the source of life. Wow, that's cool. Vase with lily is the Virgin Mary. An empty vase or urn, the soul departed from the body. And we've seen those on morning samplers. So that is so cool. See, I love doing that, kind of using the two and finding out what things mean. It's just fun. So on that note, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for visiting with me today and for allowing me to hang out with you while you sew or craft or whatever it is. And again, like, subscribe if you feel like you want to come back and see it again. And any kind of comments that you can leave that give me clues on how to stitch better, I'm all for that. Thank you. And thank you for the comments on books about costuming. I will link also my little bit of my costumes. I might throw some costume pictures in at the end of this too. Okay, have a great stitchy week, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, Flosstube. Okay, I'm going to show you my setup. Here's Teal. She kind of stays with me all the time. Hey, we hit the light just at the right time. We've got this little rainbow going from that thing up there, that crystal. So this is my green room. This is kind of my downstairs stitchy room. I get to look out at that beautiful meadow, the deck, and all of that. So my desk where I watch Flosstube, that will have samplers on it someday, that will. And this is where I stitch in the mornings. I stand up. So it's not really that complicated. It's just a table that I have this bucket. It's a very heavy bucket on, and then I just put this frame. So my husband made this frame for me. It is really just simple. It has wood at the base. It's pretty heavy. You can move that. You can unscrew it, move the knobs to different widths, and so it can accommodate different frames. I like to stitch two-handed. This is what I have been working on. This is Anne Uffendale, and it works really well for me. And then I have some supplies and tchotchkes and things over here that I can access, and I've got my baskets with other projects that I can pull up and use. So yeah, this is my morning stitch room. I've got a beautiful view, turkeys and deer, and yeah, and a sweet teal baby. Thanks for watching.